So this mini lecture is a follow-up of what I started last time about this loop function or loop function apply or apply suite of commands for looping. Uh, so in this case, I'm going to focus on this line. Okay, so this is to use to apply a loop function of this data frame, the reading, okay, which has 8 variables, all are numerical variables. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a function along the columns. If you recall, right, the second argument corresponds to the margin option or argument, right? If the margin equal to 1, then the function that follows this argument going to be applied across uh, excuse me, going to be applied along the rows. If it is equal to 2, then it's going to be applied along the column. Basically, variables, because, columns are used as variables in a data frame, a data matrix. That's how it is done usually. And the function here we use is mean. So let's run this line. So basically what it does is that it's going to apply this base function mean, right? It's going to calculate the mean along the column. Why it is a column? Because it is specified 2 for this data matrix. So it's going to apply this mean function for all 8 variables in this data frame. So and let's click run and see what happens. Well, basically it applies this mean function for all 8 variables, right? Mental health, happy, age, female, race, education, Inc. 1K year. And here we have 2 NA. Why we have NA here? If you recall how mean function works, right? If we have any missing value contained in variable, then the average or the mean cannot be calculated. So we have to do something to basically to tell R that, before you calculate the average, okay, please get rid of all the missing. So how are we going to do that? Well, we add another argument. It's called NA remove equal to true. And this argument comes from the main function. So this is not a argument that goes with apply, but comes from main. And we can specify arguments or argument of a specific function, supplied in the function argument, in apply in a lot of cases. I can't guarantee every single case. So let's run this line again and see what happens. What it does is, again, it's going to apply the mean function to along the columns, basically variables for all the variables in reading data frame, right? And here we have additional argument that is, we request to get rid of all the missing the computation, right? And see what happens. Well, this time we have all numerical values for every single variable, for their corresponding means. Why? Because we get rid of all the missings, right? Well, I calculated the average. So for mental health is 4.09555056. Happy is 1.80704666, etc. Of course, there are some nonsensical, calculation here. For example, for race, it's coded as 1 for Y, 2 for black, and other for 3 for others. And so the average does not have any numerical meaning here. It's just nonsensical, right? Same thing for year to some extent. But still, as long as it's coded as a numerical variable, the function going to go ahead, do the computation regardless. Okay, but here I demonstrate again by using another function along with loop here apply. So this is a base loop function apply along the columns for a data frame.